Hi, my name is Novelo from virtualpixels.com, and today I want to show you how you can do a studio light setup here. It's a little bit of a spontaneous tutorial because I'm working right now on a tutorial and I thought it would be a good idea to show you that. So we have the default scene here, and I'm going to delete this cube here, and I need this, or you will need this as well, this studio light setup, because if you do a model, even if you have an extra file and you put it with a link in your scene and you render it, all the lights and stuff will render it as well, the complete scene, and it takes a while. Even if you do restrict border rendering, even then all the other stuff is calculated as well. The lights, the complete meshes, only this little tiny area will be rendered, but the other stuff is calculated as well. So it takes time to calculate this. And to save a little bit of time, just put it in a test environment like we are creating right now. For this I'm going to add a plane here, and I want to scale this plane by 3, and then I'm going into edit mode, add a loop cut here, delete these 2 vertices here. No, sorry, that was a mistake. So, and these 2 here. And I want to add a mirror modifier here, and then I'm going to click on these 2 vertices, go on the side view, graphic view, and I extrude it in the Z axis. I want that it is not so large as this one. The length should be a little bit smaller, shorter. Then I'm going to add smooth and a subdivision surface, and with the subdivisions of 3. Now we have this rounded shape, and I don't want that, so I'm going to select these vertices here, and with the on the keyboard with N you can pop up this pedal here, and we set the mean crease to 1. Now we have back these sharp edges here, but we have the problem that the curve is going from this vertex to this one here, and there's no really flat plane at all. So I have to do something about that. I'm creating a new loop cut, click and move it, let's say to here, and here as well. Just click here, loop cut, and bring it down. So now we have curved background here. I'm going to delete the default lamp here, and I'm adding something like like a softbox shape. In Photoshop you have softboxes where I use strobes in, and they flashes the light out and make it diffuse light, and the mesh light is something like that. But I want to have a little bit of a structure, and I don't want that the light is spilling to the back. So I have to work with 2 materials on this. That's really easy, just add another plane and make it a little bit more rectangle instead of a square. We scale in the x-axis by 1.5, and in edit mode I'm going to extrude this, something like that, and scale it down a bit. Something like that. And I'm going to rotate this guy here by 90 degrees, the x-axis, and then in face select mode going to select this face here, make an inset, something like that, so that we have a little bit of a frame. Clicking on this front here, and I extrude it, bring it a little bit inwards, so that the light begins to go out here and not on directly on the edge of the plane, or of this softbox here. Then I have to add two materials. Let's add two placeholders. Go to the first one, add a new material. Oh, I am in the Blender render, sorry. Go to the Cycles render. Use nodes. Now I'm going to change it to emission, and I let it be on the default settings here. Then you can inverse the selection by clicking Ctrl I, or you go to this menu here, select, and you go to inverse, like this. I forgot something, one moment, I have to press it again, and with this selected here, I have to assign the material to this face here. And then I'm going to invert this, go to second material slot, create a new material, diffuse material, and I bring it down to black. And I'm assigning it to this outer mesh here. Okay, this is our light, our basic light here. If we go to material, you can see this one is emitting light and the other one is not. Okay, now let's bring this layer here. Visible state, and let's go up with this, a little bit of back. A classic studio lighting is that you have one key light and two lights on the side to make something like a, yeah, you have to clamp the light, you have to bring the light like not a knife, it's called yeah, it doesn't matter. You have to bring two lights on the side, one directly from the camera and maybe one on the top, and this is something like a classical studio lighting. But I want to have a little bit of ambient light as well, and to test this I'm going to split the screen here, split it again, and get rid of these menus here, like that. I'm going to change this to the node editor, and then I want to bring in some models. I link them in, and I have here a model which I'm working currently on it because I want to make a trial out of that. Bring it down, and let's go to the front view, bring the camera to the front view by Ctrl-Alt-0, clicking, then I'm going to, with Shift-F, I'm going to the fly mode of the camera, and I'm inwards, down, something like that should be okay. Now we can make this here to our rendered view. I'm going to render settings, border, and GPU, and so I'm playing Let's Play for the preview, and I'm going here to the rendered mode here. Now let's see what it is doing. Yeah, it's really dark and yeah, grayish. So I have to add here in the background the material as well. Let's add here diffuse material and with the standard color settings. Okay, now let's go to the world settings, because this little bit amount of light is coming from this gray background here. If I'm going and I'm bring it down, there should normally be no light. Okay. See, yes, there is light. Yeah, there's this light here. Sorry, I totally forgot about that. That's why you should never do unscripted tutorials. Okay, I'm going here to use nodes, and here on the world settings, you can go in the node setup, you can go to world or material, and zooming a little bit inwards. And now for the color, I want that there's only coming color from above, a little bit of ambient light. So I need that the surrounding is on the bottom here black and on the top white. So I can do this by adding converter color ramp and bring this in and connect the color to the color here. And if we now look around, we see nothing. It's all diffuse lighting here. And to get a little bit of control on this light here, I'm going to add here input texture coordinates and mapping, and I'm connecting the generated coordinates to the vector here and the vector to the vector. So now we have the black down here, and if I'm going to rotate this, we have the white on the top. Now I want to have that there is such a thing like a gradient here. And for this I'm going to bring this a little bit to here, and maybe we add another one here, and let's give it the right color, bright white. Let's check this one here, bright white. And now let's add a gradient, better gradient. Let's add a texture, gradient texture, and bring it in. And now we have something like complete darkness. It's not pointing not the right way here right now. For this, I want that it rotates on the y-axis 90 degrees. And now we have it on the top, but I want another texture. I want it quadratic. So now we have this quadratic top gradient or something like that. We see it better if we use the camera for the view. I rotate the camera here, and let's do our R, and now you can see it better. If you now rotate the camera, you can see that there is a gradient on top. Okay, and our model is, where is it? Here. If we go on the top, you can see here the gradient, and on top it's bright white, it's getting darker if we go down. Okay, I think that's all for that. Okay, now let's rotate the camera in this direction. Now we have to add some lamps here, some more. This I'm going to copy this here, and the view I bring it to right side of the camera, rotate it in that direction, set by let's say 45 degrees, and duplicate it again, bring it over to here, and rotate it in set, something like that. And now let's increase these two materials here. Let's just separate this material, this emission material from the others. I can crank this up a little bit. Let's do 3. And these two guys here, let's do 2. And then I'm going to copy this again and rotate it 90 degrees and bring it up from the top. Maybe a little bit this way, and let's bring this to 5, something like that. Okay, now we have this studio setup here, and you can work with that. It's fast rendering, and you have an even lighting, you have an infinite background, you have some shadows, you see the color casting here, and maybe we can look how it is full global illumination and samples to square. Oh yeah, what we have to do, what's really important is you have to check that your lights and your world settings, your world settings here, settings, multiple importance map. Put this to number of 2048. And this grainy look or this noisy look and fireflies are reduced. And for the lamps, for this material as well, you check the settings. Normally it's activated if you choose emission, but it's always a good idea to double check it. Yes, good. Now we have to separate this again to have a little bit more control. Maybe here you can play with the colors a little bit. If you want a bluish look or greenish look, just add here a tiny amount of color here. Now it looks more like daylight, and go here, and I'm going to this all to 1, and it's white again. 10, 1. Next 1 and 1. It's white again. My PC is a little bit of slow-mo guy, let's say it this way. Sometimes it's a little bit slow because I have a lot of stuff going around here, and this was just a spontaneous tutorial. So yeah, this is how I create a test environment for texturing or testing my models. The rendering is quicker, you can see the results much quicker than in a complex scene where all the stuff is even is in there too, like other lights, other models. There's much reflections, and here you can play with the settings real quick. You just go in there and move this light here. As example, you move this light to layer 3. Then it's gone this layer, and you see immediately the result here, and we can move this as well to layer 3. and so you can play with your texture. You can link your models in and then just go to this menu, there's a link library. You can go back to the link library. One moment. Where is it? Relations. Okay. Okay, sometimes even an experienced user of Blender can get a little bit confused, and I haven't found the link because I haven't selected my model. And this, what I want to show you, is that you can click here and you can go to relation and go to edit library and link library, and then you can go back to your original model and return to original, and there we are again. Yeah, that's it for this tutorial. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up, give me some comments, give me some advices. Watch my other channels, my Cinema 4D channel or my Photoshop channel. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice day and see you in the next video. Bye.